Hi, it's Ashley Donkin with Evergreen Home Loans. I want to do a quick video today about a question that I receive a lot. The question is Evergreen a broker, a bank, or a correspondent lender? And the answer is we are a correspondent lender, but let me go through the details of what each of those choices mean. So a mortgage broker is someone that will take the application, and they have several wholesale banks that they are set up with. That the banks would be the ones funding the loan, they would be underwriting it, all of those things. The idea is that the broker would be finding the best rate or terms available, and that's their sales pitch. And mortgage brokers are not as common as they used to be. 10 years ago, it wasn't a big deal if you didn't have an official pre-approval, because typically with a broker, you're not deciding on who you're going to be using as a bank until after you have an accepted offer. Having that official pre-approval is more important now than it was 10 years ago. So that kind of people changed their business model. There's not as many wholesale banks available to do the financing as it was before because of a lot of reasons, mostly capital needed. Some people were just not interested in that wholesale market because of the liability that they take on from a non-company employee, because that broker is not employed by them. But if they were to misrepresent something to them, then it's their liability because they are the lender. So a lot of things changed. TRID in 2015 also affected things because we were required to get a loan estimate out to a client 3 business days after we have an accepted offer, and the wholesale bank is the one that would be issuing that loan estimate. So that time is important, and they're also depending on that mortgage broker that they trust them to give them the correct timeline so that they meet all guidelines and requirements for that. So those are some of the reasons that what mortgage brokers are and why there's fewer of them now. Banks, typically larger banks, they retain the servicing after closing. All of their employees are, underwriters are all, let's say Wells Fargo employees. A correspondent lender is what Evergreen is. So we are we're local. All of our underwriters are employed by Evergreen, our funders, all of that. We fund the loan on our own bank line. We have the option to sell it after closing. That's what would make us a correspondent lender. Typically, we retain a lot of our servicing, but we're set up to sell if necessary, if we feel like it's necessary. The company feels like it's necessary. So we can broker. We have relationships with the wholesale banks, local and larger banks, but typically we do it all in-house because you retain more control, because we can look at our pipeline, because we're all within the same company, and decide timelines. We know the underwriters, what they require, all of those things. So we retain a lot more control over the process, and we're able to get people pre-approved prior to them finding a house, which is really important so that there's no surprises. So I hope this helps answer the question if you had the question, or provide you some more information. Give me a call or shoot me an email with any questions. Have a wonderful day.